great day, everybody. Terilee Harrison here with Supporting Speakers Live. I am delighted to see you again. As you know, I am a speaker business development coach, and I am passionate about supporting speakers everywhere. I'm joined today by, this is going to be fun, by the amazing Jennie Edwards. Jennie, how are you today?
Hey, Terilee, good to see you.
Oh, it's good to see you too. We were just talking about networking and all the things, everyone. And what I love about Jennie's business is I think that she is very unique in her offering. So I am so delighted to introduce you to my speaker friends, Jennie. So let me do it a little bit more formally, and then we can get into the nitty-gritty of today. How's that sound?
Awesome.
All right,
Thanks.
here we go. So Jennie Edwards is a photographer, videographer who teaches people how to show up confidently and vulnerably in front of the camera. In her best-selling book, Empowered You, Jennie helps readers activate their best self to live their most fulfilled life. Jennie gets her heart pumping while chasing her two little girls, ages 3 and 7, and she earns her nickname, Joyful Jennie, while juggling the three-ring circus of parenting, entrepreneurship, and inspiring people to change the world. So, oh my gosh, I remember the days when I was running around with kids, and it is a juggle, and that's when I wrote my first book, Jennie. I called it the Business Mom Guidebook.
Nice.
How to do it all and juggle it all. Yep.
Nice. I like that.
It is crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, the hardest job in the world, being a parent.
Yes, of course. And I say it doesn't come with a manual. How
No.
come, man? Wouldn't that be better?
Yeah.
That would be better. Oh my gosh. Well,
Although when would we have time to read a manual anyway?
that's true. Forget it. Forget it. We're on our own. We're on our own, as we should be. For Jennie, with her videography and her photography, everyone, she's a speaker and author herself. And so I love what she brings to the table in teaching us about video marketing. I love what she offers in some of her offerings. While I know she can be a photographer at weddings, and while she can go do retreats, she also can offers events where she will come and video you when you speak, and has like those types of events too. So I love the uniqueness of what you offer, Jennie. So that's why I'm excited to have you here today.
Thank you so much. I
Uh,
appreciate that.
my pleasure. My pleasure. So let's get down and talk about today. For our speakers, Jennie has 3 video marketing strategies. And I even like how you talked about helping people show up confidently and vulnerably in front of the camera, because that's a big deal for people, right?
Absolutely.
There's some people are
Mhm.
like, I mentioned like videos, and people are like, oh, I'm just not ready for that, and but today let's as we talk about marketing with your videos, let's talk about visibility. So how can we build trust with leads using follow-up videos? Let's talk about visibility.
Visibility.
Yay.
Visibility is the first step because if you're not visible, if you're not showing up, and let's just be honest, over the past few years, we've had a lot of struggles with staying visible because we've been retreating maybe in our own homes, or we're on our own little private island in our home office. And it's like, oh, yeah, I want to stay memorable, and how do I be visible with people? So one of the strategies that I like using is follow-up videos.
Mm,
So you all probably have, well, if you're like me, have a stack of business cards on your desk, maybe people that you've met at networking events, people that you have met a while back that you haven't followed up with, and you're like, oh yeah, I totally want to reconnect with that person. Well, instead of just typing up a boring old email, create a quick follow-up video. And simply that is, you can do it on your phone. Just grab your phone, do something less than a minute. And hey, I'd love to reconnect with you. I love your energy. And let's set up a Zoom call together and chat, get to know each other. Something simple as that, but visible, because on video, that is really priceless. People will remember that, right? How often do you get a personal video text.
Mm.
How often does that happen? Not very often.
You don't. Very rarely I'll get a voice clip, and even that's nice. Like, hey, Terilee, but this is a great idea. And sometimes they may not remember your face so much, but when on your video, they're going to.
Exactly, because it's different than a photo, just having a photo in an email. It's like, oh, yeah, you want to have obviously that recognition, but to have a video is really important because it's the energy, it's your personality that comes through. And if you can end it with a smile, include a smile in there that is engaging to them, that opens up the conversation and really continues to build trust, which is all about building trust as you are working to leverage those relationships from followers into paid clients.
Yeah.
Yes. And yeah, I noticed that Cindy had a question.
Yes. Cindy's saying, are you sending those via text? So great question. Where do you use these video follow-up?
Yep, you can send them via text. You can send them via Messenger if you're using Messenger for follow-ups, or WhatsApp. Everything has a little bit slightly different stipulations about how long it can be. For instance, text videos can obviously need to be shorter, whereas WhatsApp or Messenger can be longer videos. But ideally, you want to keep them short anyway because of short attention spans. People are on the go all the time. Like me, I'm like, oh, I'm at a stoplight and I'm checking what's going on. And then, oh, okay, I've got like 15 seconds there.
Yeah.
And then I'm on to the next thing. So you want to really grab people's attention.
Yeah, you do. You do. Okay, that's awesome. So I thought you were going to say something else about visibility. I think it'll show up. I was thinking about how just in general, we've got to be visible. And because this is where people are finding us, whether we're out networking in person or not. And I'm sure we're going to get into that the more we get deeper in our conversation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because if we're not showing up, yeah, people are going to forget, and they're certainly not going to find us, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's dive deeper and let's talk about credibility. So credibility is huge, and I know video can really help with that. So share with us some of your expertise.
So credibility, we all have specific things that we build credibility from our own personal journey, the obstacles that we've overcome. And I do a lot of work with my clients about their hero's journey story or Shiro's journey. This week is also Comic-Con in San Diego where I'm at. So let's think about superheroes.
Yeah,
you are a hero, but really the story has to do with how your journey can parallel the journey of your prospective client who you are speaking to, your audience. And so those are the kinds of stories that you want to really pull out and really show up as the expert, the guide for them on their journey. And this can show up in a variety of ways, not only with you creating your own videos where you're sharing these stories. And we talked about vulnerability and sharing those struggles that we've had. And you're probably using these stories also in your speaking to audiences on stage or in Zoom rooms or however you are using your speaking engagements. But this idea that I have about credibility is also related to what we're doing right now.
Yay.
And that's being interviewed or being the interviewer of sharing with like-minded people who are in your target audience or strategic alliances, people that you want to work more with, you want to build trust. Again, we come back to trust. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. And you can really build credibility with them and their audience as well.
Okay, so let's dissect this just a little bit. Okay, so why do I do this? It's exactly what you're talking about. So this is a teaching moment for everyone, and everyone can do this, right? In looking at, so number one, I want to serve my audience, that's speakers. Number two, she's right. Who do I have as guests? Number one, it's people who can bring value, but it's also people, again, I want to build the relationships with people that I would love to collaborate, be able to refer, right? And she's exactly right. And And anybody can model this with whoever they serve and whoever they want to be networking with and building relationships. So you are so right. And it's key. And it offers up, it builds social currency, right? It's not that Jennie owes me, but Jennie will remember I had invited her to be my guest, right? And there's just that relationship building that keeps going and going. So you're right. It's exactly obviously I believe in it because I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Right? Right?
Yeah,
Totally.
absolutely. And then we get a chance to celebrate.
Yes.
We get to celebrate. We get to have this energy, this experience together. And
Yes.
then I get to celebrate this podcast on my social channels and
Yes.
have that social proof as well, and
Yes.
help introduce you to my network and
Yes.
all of those things. It's just
All those things. So
lots of good things.
yes, imagine if you are X amount of times a month as a guest and you are hosting your own. It's not that complicated to host your own. And by the way, if you're wanting to know how to host live streams, I have a class. A recorded class. I'd be happy to send you. Message me or comment here, and I'd be happy to send it to. Because sometimes we just don't do things because we don't know like what buttons to press, right, Jennie? So I have a class to guide you because you too could be doing this as soon as a week or two from now. So don't think that it's out of the question.
Yay, that's such a great resource. Thanks, Terilee, for
You're
sharing that.
welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Your third strategy is one of my favorites and everyone else's, and it should be, right? Profitability. Let's talk about profitability.
Yeah, profitability. And also, like I mentioned about converting the prospects or followers into paid clients. And why, obviously, we want to do that so we can earn a lucrative income from what we're passionate about, what we're creating in the world, and to help, like you mentioned, serve others, make a difference in people's lives. And that's what excites me, fires me up, is helping more change makers that have a wonderful message to share, and that I can use my gifts and talents to help you share that, voice that, and create more impact. So some of the things that I like to talk about are 4 types of videos that create more higher conversion, that create more of those paid clients, and that you can monetize your message with. So as speakers, you want to get more speaking events. You want to really make a splash, make a difference with your message. And so the first one is the speaker sizzle reel, a speaker sizzle reel that you can use to not only introduce who you are as a speaker, what your message are, what type of speaking you do, who you are targeting to speak to, and also any testimonials. That's actually another type of the videos, but you can incorporate that into the speaker reel as well. So we love getting testimonials, don't we?
We love it. We love it. We don't ask often enough, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people have written testimonials, which are awesome. But video testimonials are like, ooh, so good.
Yeah.
So good because it's about the energy. It's about the personality, the tonality, the flow, all the things that we might as speakers notice more than maybe just the average person, but we notice the vitality and the expression that people are when they're really feeling alive and you have that buzz. So when you have a great video testimonial of somebody that's just seen you speak, you're like, ooh, I got to share this. This is so good.
It is good. It is good. Those are
So
the four
that's
types of
2 of them.
videos. How we
Speaker
doing?
sizzle reel,
Yeah. Oh, scissor reel
the
video.
testimonial.
Huh?
Testimonial. So those could be standalone testimonial videos.
Mm-hmm.
And then the lead magnet. Now,
Yes.
many of us have a lead magnet, right? A lead magnet is something that's like a freebie. That's how you mentioned a downloadable guide for going live stream, things like that. But when you can create that into a video, it's also going to be watched more often. They say that the data shows that like 85% of people will more likely watch the video than read the text.
Wow.
So many of us have like free ebooks and things that are, freebies, but oftentimes people don't fully experience those to the level that we want. So if we have
Right.
a video that can share what our free things and our top 3 tips for blah, 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 then it's going to be more apt to watch and be more engaging with our audience. So I like to share that as an idea because many of us are familiar with lead magnets, but
Yeah. I didn't know. That's so interesting. That's so interesting. But it makes a lot of sense that it's true. And so, for our speaker friends, maybe we want to rethink what's up happening with our lead magnet. That's great, Jenny.
yay, thank you. And then the last one, the fourth one is the educational reel.
Mhm.
Educational reel, you're probably making these already on your social media channels. They're short, they're less than 60 seconds, and it gives some kind of value, offers value, teaches something. And let me just relate, and you might resonate with this, that sometimes it's challenging to only talk for 60 seconds,
Ah,
right?
yes. Yes, it
We have a
is.
lot to say. We have a
I
lot
like
of things to share. And this is a really great practice and training to get into consistency with creating these reels because they are super valuable with things like YouTube and Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, these different platforms. And specifically, I want to share about YouTube because it really boosts the short reels. So anything, again, less than 60 seconds. You can make these on your phone. I highly suggest it's easy because it's vertical. You want to
Mhm.
keep it vertical, less than 60 seconds. And you can batch these. That's kind of a little tip, little magic trick that I like to share is doing batching because we all have a lot of, I look at my desk, there's like 50 million things on my desk right now that can be distracting. But when I am ready to make a video, you could say, because I don't put on makeup every day and
I
do my
love
hair or
no, this is one of my
dress,
points. Yes.
all the things. But
Mhm.
if I have set aside, let's say 30 minutes to, okay, I'm all dressed up, I might as well just create several videos back to back.
Mm,
That way I have enough of content
yeah.
to have a week's worth of videos or something. And then you can easily just, have it ready to go, record them on your phone, maybe as a woman, I might throw on like a different hair thing, different earrings, a different scarf or something, make it look like a different video on a different day, but it's really back to back to back. I'm recording these videos. I'm adding one tip for, video marketing success or whatever your thing is that you're sharing. Just one tip. You don't need to cram it all in there, but you want to keep the viewer engaged and keep learning, following you, subscribing, and adding value.
Yeah, it's so important. And I love batching the videos. I think that the thought of having to every day get camera ready and get psyched up, not that I put that much pressure on myself to psych up, but there is the element of, okay, I got to do this and I'm going to, and
Yeah.
batching
You have to
is,
get your inner
yes,
self to shine through and
yes,
exactly.
yes, yes. So
Your
I,
affirmations.
one time I suggested to someone that they could batch a video and they were so surprised and so relieved. I was like, oh my gosh, like people, but you know what? Sometimes we don't think of the things, Jenny. They need to like hear from you. They need to hear exactly what you're saying. And I believe it's these videos that everyone that it's out in the world, they're consuming them, right? And so taking the time to do them so that we can be found by our people is, I think it's very critical. So I love it that you included so many examples of how we can use video for strategy as speakers. So I'm so appreciative.
Thank you. Me too. This is
Hey,
wonderful.
if you all are enjoying Jenny, I'd love to give you another opportunity. Number one, connect with her online for sure. You're going to be glad you did. And then this is small print. Jenny, can you tell us about your complimentary mastery, a master class that's coming up?
Yes, it's called Video Magic. It's how to turn your videos into evergreen cash machines. Because who wants more cha-ching in your life,
We
right? You love the
do. We do.
automated cha-ching. Yeah. Paid clients. And to take a deeper dive into these 4 types of videos and how you can implement them, create a strategy for what you're doing with your marketing. And that's coming up. There's one on July 28th at 10 a.m. Pacific. And these also happen once a month. So just go ahead and go to the link at videomagic.guidedbyimagination.com. And then you can know all about when the next one's happening.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I know there's going to be people that are like, "Oh my gosh, I want some more of Jennie in my life." I'm so happy to connect you with my audience, and in this
Yay.
way, I put those same comments, everybody, or the same information in the comments so that people can easily get it. And Jennie, just for the good of the order, is there anything you'd like to say in closing while we're here talking about video marketing strategies?
Sure. I want to share the love and
Yay!
and help remind you to speak from your heart. Speak from your heart through your voice and really look at how your message can make a difference in the lives of others. When you look into that little green dot, it's a green dot on my computer. Just think about your favorite client, the one that you know that you can make an impact in their lives. That one person that you cherish and that boosts you up, that makes you feel like your best self, makes you feel empowered, and speak to that person when you are sharing your video message because you never know what can happen and what a difference that you can make.
So true, so true. Thank you so much for that. So, as we draw to a close here on this episode of Supporting Speakers Live, I just have that call to action for those who are not part of our Supporting Speakers Everywhere Facebook group. If you're not part of it yet and would love to come into our community and be able to network with other speakers, those who are seasoned speakers looking to connect with other speakers, and those who are just coming and wanting to ramp up their speaking skills, no matter where you are as a speaker, we welcome you, and you can join us at supportingspeakers.group. I thank you, Jennie, for your time, and I would love to have you back again at some point to discuss more about video, because there's so much more to say, and just appreciate you so much. And so thank you to Jennie. Thank you to everyone in the audience, and we'll see you next time at Supporting Speakers Live.